In a dimly lit room, two men sit across from each other. The air is thick with tension, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. One is anxious, fidgeting with a cigarette, while the other listens intently. The flickering light casts eerie shadows on their faces, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. The anxious man begins, "It all started when I noticed something off about my family. It was subtle at first, just little things that seemed out of place. Everything felt normal until suddenly it wasn't. The change was almost imperceptible, like a shadow creeping over a sunny day. My wife grew cold, our intimacy vanished, and the kids started avoiding me. It was as if a dark cloud had settled over our home, suffocating the warmth and love we once shared. I couldn't shake the feeling she was hiding something. Her eyes, once full of love, now held secrets. I felt like a stranger in my own home. His listener nods, urging him to continue. The room seems to grow colder, the shadows deeper. "I followed her everywhere," he confesses, his voice trembling. "I needed to know what was going on, even if it meant uncovering something terrible. Every morning she took the kids to the park laughing with another man. It was like they had a life I wasn't a part of, a life that excluded me completely. They would walk to the store together and he would follow them home. Each step felt like a dagger to his heart, the betrayal cutting deeper with every moment. I felt shattered. I stopped talking to her as if she didn't exist. The silence between us was deafening, a chasm that grew wider each day." "Then what happened?" the listener asks, his curiosity piqued. The question hangs in the air, heavy with anticipation. "I packed my things and went to a hotel, trying to escape the nightmare my life had become, but the memories followed me, haunting my every thought." A dark smile appears on the listener's face. "Robert, want to know the truth?" His voice is laced with a sinister undertone, sending chills down Robert's spine. "What do you mean?" the man replies, confusion creeping in. His mind races, trying to piece together the fragments of his shattered reality. "Your home is filled with cameras. Every move you made was watched, every secret recorded. That checkup guy, he gave you pills, psychoactive drugs. They weren't for your health, they were to control you, to manipulate your mind. It wasn't your wife, you drove them all to madness, your paranoia, your obsession. It poisoned your family, turned your home into a living hell. That man, just a decoy, a pawn in a twisted game designed to push you over the edge." "Why would you do this?" Robert demands, his heart racing. The room seems to close in on him, the walls pressing in with the weight of his realization. "You never checked in anywhere. You thought you did, but it was all in your mind. You were never really there. You came home, saw that man with your family, and you snapped. The rage consumed you, blinding you to the truth. You killed them at the dinner table and calmly finished your meal. They called you insane, but it was your own mind that betrayed you." A creeping dread washes over Robert as he realizes the truth, the horror of his actions, the depth of his madness. It all comes crashing down on him. "Watch the footage from your cameras," the listener sneers. "You'll see it for yourself. Every horrifying detail, every moment of your descent into madness. You'll see it for yourself!" The words echo in Robert's mind, a haunting refrain that he cannot escape. Robert lunges forward but hits an invisible barrier. "You monster!" he screams, his voice filled with anguish and rage. The listener's smile fades. "Take him away and sedate him. He's too dangerous to be left alone. Keep him away from others. His mind is a weapon and he cannot be trusted." As the darkness closes in, Robert is left grappling with the horrifying truth. His own mind was his worst enemy, and the monster he feared was himself. Sometimes the worst monsters are the ones we create ourselves.